Hello, it's Date Night with me, Laurel House. Tonight and every date night, I'm going to give you immediately actionable dating and relationship advice, deep insight, and fun date night ideas. I will also let you in on some of my dating and relationship experiences, screw ups, frustrations, and realities, because just like you, I'm human too. I know how it feels to feel excited, frustrated, annoyed over it, reinvigorated, and all of the many roller coaster of emotions that come with relationships and dating. You're not alone. And even though you sometimes might feel like you're living on your own Love Island, you're not. I'm here too. We all are. It's so interesting to me how each of us can feel so alone sometimes within the insecurity, stress, frustration, self-doubt of dating and relationships, especially during times of stress. We tend to exist in our own little bubbles as if we're the only people in the world going through it. But we're actually all in this together, all alone together. So let's talk and let's feel less alone together. On today's date night, we're talking about breakups and how to break up better. And remember, if you want your questions answered on date night, please send me an email to laurel@laurelhouse.com or DM my Instagram at laurelhouse. And of course, please like and subscribe so that I can keep coming back and giving you my insight and advice. How you break up is important. If you do it poorly, you can create lasting emotional damage for this person who you once deeply or just kinda cared for. Break up better using my 3C strategy. Communication creates clarity, creates confidence. First, communicate with yourself to find clarity on what you need in your relationship, your partner, and your life. Then you'll have confidence to have a kind, controlled, and non-emotional needs conversation with your partner. Now, I say controlled and non-emotional because it's best to break up when you are rational and calm, kind and compassionate. You can express feelings without being emotional. Be sure to talk about the unmet and met needs of your partner too. They might not realize that their needs aren't being met either because you too were too wrapped up in the emotional and romantic season to realize that you actually aren't a match in real long-term life. Now that you've clearly communicated and you have clarity on each of your needs, you might find that you had never discussed them together before. And now that you know what you need and they know what they need, instead of assuming, because now you actually know, you can show and satisfy those needs in one another. If that's the case, be clear on what you each can work on in order for a long-term relationship to possibly happen. Be specific, set a date to reassess. Now, if this relationship is unhealthy, or they are simply clearly not your person, and there is nothing that they can do or change to be your person, then end it without the reassessment date. And still be clear, calm, and compassionate when you tell them that this isn't going to work and it's time to move forward apart. Don't break up over text unless you've only been on a couple of dates. Breakups are best done over the phone if it's a hard, no hope end, and in person if it's an unmet needs conversation. Let me caution you, do not have one last sexy goodbye together because that can further confuse the feelings. End it. And end it cleanly and therefore clearly. Regardless of who did the breaking up, breakups can be hard to get over, especially when it must end. Despite a deep, saturated love built amidst hopes and dreams of a happily ever after. Interestingly, sometimes the hardest breakup to get over is when you're the one doing the breaking up. And you have to come to the terms with the truth that your dream of forever that you had been fighting for is no longer worth the fight and that the relationship is broken. So not only are you breaking your own heart, but you are breaking the heart of someone who you really deeply loved, and you have no one else to blame for the pain. Sure, it might not be all your fault, and yes, the other may have played a role in the issues that broke you, but you are the one who called it. Beyond the pain in your heart, your ego is bruised and you fear starting over again, which is actually what keeps many unhealthy couples together. That avoidance of having to start again at this age and after all you've been through together. Or maybe you held on because during your moments of good, you felt really happy, intelligent, fun, adventurous, interesting, confident, or creative. And here's the great news. Those feelings that you felt with them were internally chemically created by you, not them, and you can feel all of them again. Now is the time to find other ways to create those feelings in a sustained and healthy way within yourself, by yourself. Now is the time to explore who you are and what makes those feelings in you so that you can own them. And once you feel that independently fulfilled feeling without them, then you can attract someone else who's attracted to those positive energies that you now independently imbue. Even if you're in a happy relationship, it's a good idea to do this exercise of self-discovery. Breakups can be breakthroughs, and some breakthroughs can take a lot of time. Other breakthroughs can be hard, fast, and immediately transformative, with the transformation overriding any breakup sadness. Depending on how emotionally invested you were in the relationship and the effort and work you put in to heal and moving forward, getting out from under and over a breakup can take anywhere from days to years and even decades. What determines the duration of the healing is not the time that you were together or the reason for the end, but your emotional investment in the relationship and the effort and work you put in post-breakup, or even during the relationship if you were over it before it ended, to get out from under it and over it. Your heart won't heal if you simply sit and wait to feel better. Yes, time is important, but not numb time. Active time, working on yourself to fill the holes of emptiness, reclaim who you were, redefine who you want to be moving forward, refine your evolved self, own your own fortified identity, and finally emerge gracefully as the new and improved person who you are now. What's going on? Because you seem to be a little bit unsure. Honestly, I don't know. There were some strange things that were happening, and I started asking questions, and I felt like his answers didn't align with how he portrayed himself. When something feels off, that's your intuition, bringing awareness to the fact that you have some questions. There's a website that I love called Truthfinder. Truthfinder can help us figure out if these are real red flags or if he's the real deal. We do a little bit of a background check. Truthfinder is a great way to simply deliver police records, arrest records, criminal records, speeding tickets, bankruptcy court records, voter registration data, social media handles, phone numbers, home addresses, email addresses, and possible relatives. And you know what we can learn from that? If he's actually married or if he's single. And you know what? While we're at it, it's not a bad idea to do a little search on you too, just to see what's out there, what people can find about you. You know what? I think it's a really good idea. This is going to give me so much more confidence dating. And I would like to do that search on me too. What if someone thinks that I'm fake? The fastest and most effective way to deeply get out from under, over, and move on from a breakup is a strategy that I created because you know I love strategies and equations, and it's called a breakover. A breakover is a 12-step strategy that includes: number 1, realize and accept the reality of the relationship and your contribution to the eventual end. According to eHarmony's data, 48% of breakups are due to lack of communication, 39% are due to growing apart, and 33% are due to cheating and infidelity. Number 2, bummers with benefits. What did you learn? How are you going to move forward into your next life and love phase with your evolved perspective and awareness? Number 3, accept your current state. Reclaim who you were, redefine who you want to be moving forward, refine your evolved definition of self, own your fortified identity. Number 4, define your needs and core values. Number 5, take time to be. Number 6, explore and experience your new self. Number 7, go out and online. Number 8, have fun again. Number 9, feel confident. Number 10, refresh your look. Number 11, date yourself to feel sexy again. And number 12, start dating. But what if after you cleared your mind and healed, you realize that you still love the person, you don't actually want to get over them for good? If you don't actually want to move forward and get over your ex, you first need to be very honest with yourself about why. Is it because they are truly your person and maybe your relationship wasn't actually broken, just bent, and you can fix it and actually get back together and be more solid than ever before? Great. But first, you have to go back before you move forward. You can't just jump back in, picking up where you left off before the fighting, before the complications, before the misunderstanding, before the hurt and pain and distrust, before the break. Before taking those next steps forward, you have to take a few steps back. Depending on the circumstances of who left, why, and how long ago, here are a few crucial elements to consider that will help you to repair the break, that will allow you to move forward unbroken and on a solid foundation. Number 1, acknowledge and attempt to first fix the root of the problem. Number 2, acknowledge the damage that leaving may have done. Number 3, be empathetic. Put yourself in each other's shoes. Number 4, build trust. Number 5, create new healthy habits as a couple. Sometimes it was just a situation of the right person, wrong time. Here are 9 reasons why it wasn't right then, but it maybe is now. Number 1, you met while you were with someone else and you didn't do the transitionary work. Number 2, you were in an intense time of your life or career, leaving little time or energy to focus on the relationship. Number 3, you were just having fun and not ready for something real. Number 4, you emotionally were tied to an ex or someone else who controlled your heart and mind. Number 5, you still had some growing, learning, exploring, self-discovery to do. Number 6, you had a time frame with certain critical, crucial, self-imposed, time-sensitive components in place. Proposal, marriage, and kids. They weren't ready to move at your speed. Number 7, you had issues that you needed to come to terms with and overcome first. Number 8, you confused what you wanted with what you needed. Your priorities were off. Number 9, you weren't happy with yourself. So you were looking outside yourself for someone to make you happy and didn't understand that no matter whose arms you were in, you still felt empty and alone. But don't just try to tape yourselves back together. Do the work and have the conversations to reset, revive, redefine, and make your relationship better and stronger so it can last this time. Getting back with an ex can require more effort and be more complicated than just dating someone new. But if they are truly your person, who you simply mistakenly passed over, it's worth it. But first, if you don't want to break up with me and date night, maybe you want to be even more invested in us, you can be a sponsor because we need you. You or your business can keep me and date night on the air as a show sponsor. So please send me a message to Laurel at laurelhouse.com to discuss the opportunity. All right, that was heavy. So let's make a date. What type of activity or location will help to promote and support your dating purpose? What's your purpose again? Do you remember? Fun, depth, romance, excitement, the in-betweens and normal life experiences, where you were, where you are, where you're going. How about a comedy club, playing a sport, going to a date spot that was important in the history of your relationship, a romantic restaurant, a burlesque show, a hotel? How about conquering a fear, learning something new, going somewhere that highlights their strengths, or a nonprofit activity like a dog rescue to walk dogs or a homeless shelter to cook for and serve the underprivileged, a farmer's market in their old neighborhood, something that feels good. You know, the show The Bachelor, they actually manufacture love. They're creating a connection through specific activities and environments. So do that. Do a traditional dinner date, but make it purposeful too. Be specific about your point and your plan. Even talk about the purpose of your date and what you each and both collectively want to get out of it. Is it dressed up or dressed down? Is there a certain food you're craving? Is there a regular spot, or do you want to try something new? I actually keep notes in my phone of ideas. I've talked about this before, but I love that book, Best Places to Kiss in Southern California, because it has so many great ideas of places that you can go and kiss or have a beautiful environment so that you can actually make love happen. According to research from the National Library of Medicine, couples who engage in novel and exciting shared activities report greater relationship satisfaction and closeness, making well-planned date nights an essential part of maintaining a strong bond. So, are you both foodies? Or do you want to make your dinner date more interesting? How about having a traveling multi-course dinner where your drinks, appetizers, dinner, and dessert becomes so much more interesting because they are enjoyed at different places? It's best to find a street known for amazing places to drink and eat instead of having to get in the car and drive from one place to the next. So this multi-course, multi-restaurant meal is convenient too. The movement from one place to the next, the walking movement, actually can contribute to the changing conversation and extend the amount of time that you get to spend together. What about something simple? Make something meaningful by calling it out. Talk about that purpose. Create meaning. It makes it memorable, even if it's simple. Date night at home can be great too, just watching a show together. Call it out though. Say, hey, let's have our date night tonight and make popcorn and have our special cocktails and our special cups and watch a movie or take a bath with candles and bring attention to it. It's not just, hey, I'm going to take a bath. It's let's have a nice special time together. Explore interests and creativity. Get out of your comfort zone. Maybe go to an open mic night and really test your confidence level. All right. That's your date night for tonight. But remember, when it comes to dating, love, and relationships, you're never alone because my advice is always in your head if you listen. And if you subscribe, then you'll be able to keep on getting my advice. And please like my date night tonight because it means so much to me when you do. Please ask me questions. I would love to answer your questions. Then I'll have more to talk about, which would be awesome. So if you ask me a question and I think that it would make for a good show, I will let you know. So yeah, I want to hear from you. I want to know that you are out there listening and that you like it. If you learned anything, if there was anything that resonated with you, then please let me know. It means the world. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next date night.